Hello. So welcome to this session. So in this session, I'm going to walk you through session checklist and trade planning, where we're going to look at what are some of the things that you as a trader you need to look for before taking any trade. So what I want you to understand is this: professional traders do not find trades during the session. They build the map before it, then wait for price to confirm what they already know. When you come to the markets, come like a professional trader. You don't come to find trades. Basically, you have a map that you follow, these are some of the things you want to see. If this, then that. So, in this lesson, I'll walk you through that. As a student, I expect you to execute the complete checklist from TWR session checklist before every trading session and build a structured trade plan from it. The analysis happens before the session, not during. Now, our core theme is this: have a pre-session process over reactive thinking. Basically, have a checklist. Checklist is the discipline. The trade plan is the execution blueprint. Okay. Psychological focus for this session is preparation. Preparation as calm. Students who expect the checklist. Students who complete the checklist feels no urgency during the session because the work is already done. Okay. So whatever strategy you're using, ensure that you have a checklist. Things you want to see before executing, before even entering the session. Okay. Now I'll walk you through my process and what we do in TWR liquidity trading system. Now it's a step-by-step process where we begin with H1 relevant liquidity, mapping out the H1 relevant liquidity to define the playground. Basically, this is your session destination. Everything else is organized around delivering price here. Now, if you understand the liquidity system, price is either trading towards liquidity or trading away from liquidity. So, mapping your playgrounds, map your relevant liquidity. Step 2, ask yourself, in the H1, remember you are an intraday trader. That is why you begin from the 1 hour. Okay? Ask yourself, what is the 1 hour intention? What is the 1 hour intention? Are the big financial institutions selling or buying towards relevant liquidity? Which zones are they watching? Not the traps and the intended direction delivery. That is step 2. Remember, step 1, you came in the charts at around 9:30 a.m. in the morning, getting ready for London session. Then you've mapped out your relevant liquidity, that is the playground. Number 2, ask yourself what is the intention, where basically develop a bias. The intention is same as a bias. Are we buying? Are we selling? Where is the trap? Where are most people looking to be trapped? Then identify the most recent break of structure, the active traps, and where H1 SLs are resting. This defines the sequence of the coming session. Now, after identifying that, look at the break-even liquidities. Look at where most break-even positions are resting. Map possible break-even liquidity where traders who survive the trap will move their stops. These are secondary collection target between traps and stop losses. Now, this is just the liquidity trading system, a snippet of it. Okay. After that, move to M5. At the 5 minutes, you are to play the H1 objective. With H1 context complete, drop to or move lower to the 5 minutes time frame. In the 5 minutes time frame, map your Asian session liquidity. Remember, Asian session has just ended. It's 9:30 a.m. Okay. London session begins at 10. Map out your Asian session liquidity, basically the Asian range, Asian high and Asian low. Then map out all M5 relevant liquidities and break-evens. Then take trades based on H1 objective using M5 precision. So this is the process. Okay, this is the process based on how I look at price. Let me explain something small about the Asian session. Reading the setup before London. Okay, now before London opens, usually London is there for something. I want you to listen keenly here. Asian session is not a trading session for TWR intraday setups. We don't trade Asian session because Asian session is the liquidity building phase that tells you which direction London will likely run first. So you can decide to just come to the charts at London open and trade these objective, play these objective. Now let me tell you something about Asian range, which is the future liquidity. The Asian session highs and lows are predictable liquidity pools. Basically, the Asian high and Asian low, that is where lots of minor liquidities are resting there. Okay? London will engineer a raid on one side or even both before delivering in true direction. Look at this. Now ask yourself, was the sell side liquidity built? Basically, if Asian price spent most of its time pushing higher or building equal highs, that one now is a sell side liquidities. Sell side liquidity. Okay. So London is more likely to raid upward first before pushing lower. Okay. That is scenario one. What about if buy side liquidity was being built? Was buy side liquidity being built? How would you know buy side liquidity has been built? If Asian price builds equal lows or ranges near session lows. Okay, that's buy side liquidity. So you find Asian session doing something like this, building up buy side liquidity. You find that London is more likely to rate downward first. It's more likely to rate downward first, then drives higher. Then after that, now we're going higher. So you can just decide to play these. So also identify the session highs and lows where relevant liquidity for M5 are resting. Basically, if price at session highs gives a break and retest, that session highs and low becomes a relevant liquidity point for London session. Mark it before session opens. Trading the traps. Now, how do you trade the traps? It's a situational decision. Okay? So these are operational rules for navigating specific trap scenarios. They must be known before the session, not improvised during it. Basically, how are you going to navigate when price gets to a trap area where you know most traders are being trapped? Now, if price tags, scenario one is when price tags an H1 trap stacked within M5 trap stacked within an H1 trap. You have to know how to identify them. Now, have you ever wondered why sometimes you can take a position on a clear supply zone? Price goes your way just a little bit, then takes you out. After taking you out, then it goes your direction. So basically, that supply zone was a trap to induce you. Okay? Or price comes to a demand zone and you look to long, take long positions. From there, what happens? Price tags you in, goes your direction, then takes you out. Then you're now left there, leaving you worried, like, why did price take me out at SL, then goes my direction? So you have to know how to identify real traps versus real demands and supply zones. So these are some of the scenarios. I'm not really going to get into them much. Today I just wanted to tell you about the step-by-step process based on your strategy that you're using. Okay? Now, how do you build the pre-session trade plan? So the trade plan is built before the session opens, never during. This is what separates reactive retail trading from professional execution. Have you ever seen or have you ever experienced this scenario where you come to the charts and you're like, someone is telling you buy gold, you're buying gold. You don't know why you're buying. Someone is telling you sell gold, signals, you're just reactive. Or you're seeing price buying going without you, you jump in. You are reactive. That is not a way to trade. Basically, you have to have a trade plan which you build before the session opens. Now, your plan answers where you will enter, where will your stop rest, and where are you targeting. What invalidates a setup? Okay. If you cannot answer all the four before session opens, you're not ready to trade that session. Okay. If you cannot answer, number one, where are you going to enter your entry point? Entry. Number two, where will your stop loss rest? Number three, what are you targeting? Where is your TP? And what what is your invalidation for that setup? What are some of the things or conditions that you see? You just know that that setup is invalidated. If you cannot answer the four, then you're not worthy to trade that session. Based on your strategy. Now I'm telling you based on this strategy that I'm using, which is the TWR liquidity trading system. Now, based on this TWR liquidity trading system, first you need to identify H1 narrative, basically 1 hour narrative or 1 hour. Ask yourself, where are the BFIs delivering price? Usually towards the relevant liquidity. After a fake break, and expect H1 stop losses to be the target. This is your trade plan. This is my trade plan in Anchor. So, what about your M5 execution? How do you execute after you know the H1 narrative? You come to M5, specific entry zones, basically the traps or liquidity levels. Wait for an entry model to be triggered. Then stop level, just where the stop loss placement and the initial targets. Remember, you're targeting the M5 SLs and H1 SLs. The invalidation setups. Under what conditions is this plan wrong? If price takes out the relevant liquidity before the trap, or is if a new structure forms that changes the H1 narrative. Maybe you find that you are looking to do this. When you see such a thing, what happens? This one was a break of structure. Many people are looking to buy at this point. Many people are looking to buy at this point. This one to them is a demand zone. But according to us, this one is a trap. Right? Now, you wait for an entry model. Take the position, target the sales. So this is what I'm talking about here. This is what I'm talking about here. This one, this is what I'm talking about here. Now, the rule: if the plan is not complete before the session opens, close the platform. That is a discipline required here. The discipline not to trade without a complete plan is non-negotiable. Okay? So these are some of the checklists that you need to list Number one, ensure that you've mapped out your relevant liquidity, you've mapped out your intention, you've mapped out your traps, your stop losses, your break evens, the Asian session range, and 5 relevant liquidity. Then wait for your entry model, which entry model is expected, and what are the specific triggers and the invalidation. Okay, so I'm walking you through my process. I also believe you have your own. There are some things that you can work on your own basically. Now, the session checklist is not a bureaucracy. It's the difference between a sniper who knows exactly where the targets will be and a soldier who opens fire. Who opens fire when startled. Okay. Now, I'd like us to stop from there. Okay. I'd like us to end it there. There are some common mistakes and things to avoid. Number one, opening platform without completing your checklists. The checklist is not optional. A student who open the platform without completing all the 9 checklists is in the market without a map. Every trade taken in that condition is random. Number two, mistaking the changing the plan during the session based on new price action. You can come to the session with a plan, then you start changing it, then treating Asian session as irrelevant and mapping the plan, writing the plan after seeing the setup. So those are some of the things I'd like you to consider. If you want to get more of these, I want you to like, share, and comment on the video widely. Let me see some volume, right? Then more and more will come. More interesting things will come. So peace out. Is Trader Mzambezi from TWR Trading University. Peace out.